So today's Excel demonstration is on the functions that we're going to use in the chapter on probability. So we're going to talk about factorial, we're going to talk about permutations, and we're going to talk about combinations. So the first one that we'll talk about is factorial. So I have three examples here: 6 factorial, 12 factorial, and 0 factorial. So the exclamation point is an operation symbol telling us that we're going to do factorial. The command that I'm using in Excel is FACT, factorial. So I'll put the equal sign, and then we'll say FACT, and then I'll put the number 6. So factorial, 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Let's try 12 factorial. FACT 12. Oops. So 479,001,600. This next one, the last one is 0 factorial. So equals factorial 0. So it's 1. So that's the one property of factorials, is 0 factorial is 1, and Excel is giving us that very same answer. Now let's move on and let's do permutations and combinations. So remember, permutations are where order matters. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to do permutation. The notation that I have here on our Excel screen is the permutation of 9 objects, taking them 6 at a time. So what Excel says, it says the permutation of a number given the number chosen. So that's what we're going to put in behind the permutation command. And so over here, again, we can go to the function if we can't remember what we're going to put in here, and we can type in permutation. We'll say go, and we'll let Excel search for the command. So here's our permutation command, and we're going to say OK. And then it says what number, so what's our total? That's our n, so our number is 9. And then the number chosen, that's how many at a time. So it says, is the number of objects in each permutation. So the number chosen in our case is 6. Enter. So, okay. 60,480. Next one for our practice is the permutation of the number 10 choosing 2 at a time. So I'm going to go back. We're going to pick our function. Permutation was the very last one we've used. So permutation of 10 choosing them 2 at a time. 90. The last one that we're going to do is the permutation of 7 choosing them 0 at a time. Permutation 7 choosing them 0 at a time. 1. Now let's talk about combination. So combination is when the order doesn't matter. And so in this very first one, I'm going to do exactly the same one that we did for the permutations, but this time we're going to do the combination of 9 objects choosing 6 at a time. So I'm choosing 6 out of the 9, but then I'm not putting them in order. So let's go up and let's find the command that we're going to use for combination. So I'm going to type combination up here. Go. So this very first one. Okay. So the number in this case is 9. The number chosen is 6. Okay. So 84. So now when I was choosing the 6 in the case of the permutation, I was choosing the 6 and then I was ordering them, I had 60,480 different ways. When I'm just doing a combination, I'm saying how many ways can I choose 6 things out of those 9 objects, and that's 84. Let's try 9. So let's do a combination of 9 choosing 0 at a time. So let's look at that, just like we did the permutation of 7 choosing 0. This time we're going to use combination of 9 choosing 0 at a time. 1. So there's one way that we can have 9 objects and we're choosing 0 at a time. Now let's look at how many ways can we have 9 objects where we're choosing 9 at a time. One way. So there's one way also of having 9 objects and choosing all of them, just like having 9 objects and choosing none of them. So these are the 3 commands that you're going to use in this chapter: the factorial, permutations, combinations. So the 3 things that you're going to use as far as the functions are concerned are factorial, F-A-C-T, in your formula bar; permutation, P-E-R-M-U-T, how many objects, how many are you choosing at a time; and combination, C-O-M-B-I-N, number of objects choosing how many at a time.